In this tutorial, we're going to learn just a little bit about some of the basic settings in Gmail. First thing I need to do is I need to go to my inbox, which again, you'd click on the waffle and choose Gmail. Also in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the gear shift icon, which in Google always means settings. So we're going to choose that. These three first options just give you a different look with your inbox. You can kind of play around with those on your own. We're going to choose settings. And up here at the top, you'll see these blue other options here as well, but we're going to stay in the general area. The first one you have is language. We're going to keep that as English. The two down is maximum page size, which will allow you to kind of adjust how many emails that you see within your inbox. Images. If you choose this option here, when somebody sends you an image or a file, it will display in your inbox, or actually within the email, the actual picture, or if it's a file, it'll show you a preview of that document. This option right here is very valuable. I utilize this, enable, undo, send, and I usually change it to about 30 seconds. But what this does is when you send an email, maybe it's an email that you just kind of figured, well, I don't need to send that, or maybe you misspoke within the email, something at the top in your inbox in yellow will display undo send, and it gives you the option after you've sent an email to undo that send, but you only have 30 seconds. This default reply behavior, I usually keep at reply instead of reply all. That way, when there's multiple recipients on an email, the default is just you're replying to the original person that sent the email instead of always replying to everybody. Right here is the default for text style. If you'd like, you can change a different font style or text style for all of the emails that you compose, or maybe the size, or maybe even the color of your email. This next option on conversation view within Google, when you're conversing back and forth in an email with another recipient, the emails build off of each other. And sometimes it's hard to find some of those previous emails that you were discussing in the conversation. My preference is to turn it off, and that way when an email comes to you, doesn't matter who the recipient is from, it'll always show up in your inbox as an individual email. Some of the other options here, this one right here, desktop notifications. If you're using Google and you're on your desktop, if you receive a new email, a little pop-up box will pop up somewhere on your screen that says new email from, and maybe give you even a little excerpt of the email. My preference is to keep it off. If you're in a Chromebook too, this will also work if you turn that on. You have the option to turn on some of the Chromebook or just Google Gmail keyboard shortcuts. And anytime you see learn more, don't hesitate to click on those to learn a little bit more about what these features do. The last one I'm going to show you is my picture. You can actually select a picture for your email, make sure that it's professional or appropriate so that when you're sending emails, they have that picture that usually displays right here. So that's just some of the basic general settings in Google. Once you've adjusted those settings, you see signature, and we're going to talk about that in a different session, and vacation responder, but you always have to come down to the bottom and choose save changes.